Judge, have we gotten the CD from the prosecution that we took break for?
We on the record?
Yes, let's go officially on the record in the state of Florida versus Medina. State defense, Mr. Medina, are present.
Good morning, Judge. Or afternoon, sorry.
Afternoon.
Yes, we were able to go to the state attorney's office with Detective Arano. We were able to copy the original disc in his presence. He signed, initialed it, dated it. If counsel's being handed a copy, they can now use that if they wish.
Thank you.
Okay, and is Detective
He's outside.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is the defense ready to proceed?
I know. Judge, we wanted to see if the court had had an opportunity to consider our motion with regards to Ms. Knox.
The court's previous ruling related to Ms. Knox will remain in full force and effect. The court does find that it is inferential hearsay and will not permit would continue to sustain the objections that Ms. Knox was called to the stand.
Respectfully, Judge, over defense objection.
So noted.
Thank you, Judge.
You making this an exhibit?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Please. Yeah, I need to go to the market first.
Yeah, we know how to this one.
Yes. Okay, come over here.
We fight over this one. Not today.
So what I'm going to do is, this is what's going to happen, is for tomorrow morning, after this witness, I'm going to order the jurors to be here at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to order all the parties to be here at 10:30. Will you hear that? 10:30
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
tomorrow morning, so that we can take up any motions, go through the jury instructions again, colloquy Mr. Medina, related to any outstanding issues, including his right to testify or remain silent, as well as the finalized version of the jury instructions, as well as verdict forms.
Judge, does the court have an idea as to scheduling? If, assuming arguendo, we're able to put Mr. Schumacher on tomorrow, will the court be asking us to go directly into closings, or are we going to? So tomorrow night is closings.
So tomorrow night is closing, and I will be having my bailiff talk to the jurors about being prepared to stay later tomorrow.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Obviously, we'll tell them if they need to come back on Wednesday to continue their deliberations, or however long they need, they'll have it. We're not going to limit their deliberations in any form. What?
8:33.
Oh, it's on the 8th floor. That's fancy.
Why?
This was part of your focus on the
So we have a few in the restroom, so at ease for a moment.
8:33. And do you want to give me now who's the court reporting first, so that my secretary can call me in the charge and confirm that they can get it done?
Can you just write it down? I'm going to need that information you give me, and I'll have it.
Instead of it'll show up there. I'll ask her to please call me now.
Thank you.
Okay. You don't know the name of it?
No.
But it's a conference call today.
No, I had it in my mind as well. I need to go to meeting.
It's okay.
Okay, the jurors are on their way.
She is. I gotta introduce her. Just wait till I'll call you up there and just set it up, okay? No problem.
States and CDs are evidence.
Yeah.
I know what I'm looking for.
Oh, second.
Just
Thank you.
it's not that for sure.
Please rise.
I'm going to put this right here.
You may be seated.
Thank you. For the record, State Defense, Mr. Medina, all of our jurors are accounted for. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your patience. Would the defense like to call its next witness?
Yes, Judge. At this time, the defense calls Officer Juan Arano.
Sir, if you come forward to be re-sworn.
Raise your hand, sir. Do you swear affirm the testimony you have to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? I do. I'm seated.
Sir, please remember to make all of your answers out loud, loud enough so all of the jurors can hear you. Please come.
Let me know when you're comfortable, officer. Why don't you go ahead and reintroduce yourself to the members of the jury, please?
My name is Juan Arano. I'm an officer with Miami-Dade Police Department.
And Officer Arano, you've testified previously during this trial, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you some questions with regards to a document that you reviewed and created. Well, why don't you do this? Why don't you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what you did Friday afternoon with regards to the evidence in this case?
I took a approximately 4-second piece of video exported it out as sequential images, which were placed in a PDF, created an uncompressed AVI of it as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you work for a subdivision, or you work in conjunction with, or is it called the Homeland Security Forensic Video Unit, correct?
Correct.
And what you did in that event is consistent with your duties with the office, correct?
Yes.
And is this something that you've done on other occasions?
Yes, I've done some of things.
May I approach, Judge?
You may.
Officer, I'm showing you what's been marked as Defense A33 for identification. Do you recognize that CD?
Yes, sir.
And what is that?
CD, which was created today.
Okay. And how do you recognize it? Are there any markers on it?
It's got my initial, my badge number, and today's date.
And is that a screen by screen, like a still shot analysis of that 4 seconds that you described?
It's all the images exported out as sequential images, yes.
So during that time period, what you've done is you've taken out that entire thing and broken it down into images, correct?
Individual images, yes.
At this time, Judge, the defense moves what's previously marked as Defense Exhibit A32 for identification and evidence.
No objection.
So moved.
May I publish, Judge?
May I be marked, please?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Defense Exhibit E.
Thank you. You can step down, Officer Roll. Can we ask you?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if anybody has difficulty seeing or has to contort themselves, please raise a hand so we can move it so it's easier for you. Seeing no hands, you may push.
Okay, let's go ahead and my computer. Oh, there what you're doing. Are you there?
Please take off your hat.
Why don't we do this? Close that up. Officer Arano, is there a portion of this where you actually have the frames? Is it like broken down into picture by picture?
Yes.
Can you open up for us? And how many total frames did you create? How many total individual pictures did you create?
151 pictures.
Okay. So that's what's on the screen. And are they numbered?
Yes.
Okay. Can you go to number 61 when you get a chance? So 61. And if you open 61, if we right click, will it go to the next one? Okay, perfect. So that's 62. Okay, and do you know why you were asked to do this by the prosecution?
Sustained.
So this is image number 62, is that correct? And that's a still image that was created from the video being given, correct? Okay. Can we go to the next image, please? 60. Okay, you can go ahead and take a seat. Officer Arano, is what you've provided and what the jury's looking at in image number 63 a still image of what happened or what was transpiring in the kitchen at 7:33 and 34 seconds?
It's still image of vid from the video at that time.
Has that image been altered or tampered with in any way to present anything other than what's on the screen?
No.
Give me 1 second, Judge. Now, other than what you did in creating this image, you obviously did more than just this one image in this case, correct?
There's 150 other images.
Okay. What I meant was you prepared this from Friday till today.
Yes.
Is that a fair statement? And you'll agree with me that prior to Friday to today, you did a substantial amount of other work in this case.
Yes.
You'll agree with me that, well, let me phrase it this way. Do you know where the incident took place? Where the shooting took place?
Yes.
And where in the house did the shooting take place?
In the kitchen.
And is that a view of the kitchen that we're looking at?
Partial view of the kitchen.
And that, by saying partial view, that's indicative that there's a portion of the kitchen that we can't see. Is that correct?
Yes.
At any point in your investigation, as a, to get the exact term here, as an officer with a forensic video unit, did you look and attempt to analyze any shadow play that comes off in the kitchen sinks or in that kitchen area?
I have attempted to analyze shadows now.
Is that something you guys have the ability to do?
It's not something we're trained to do now.
But you've heard of shadow analysis, correct?
No.
You've never heard of shadow analysis? When you were preparing your report and your analysis in this case on behalf of the state of Florida, did you come to an opinion with regards to whether or not that there was a struggle in the kitchen?
Objection, lack of personal knowledge.
Sustained.
Were you asked by any law enforcement officers as to what you would opine based on what was given to you if there was a struggle in the kitchen?
Sustained.
One second, Judge. Pardon me. Sorry. Nothing further from this witness.
State cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Detective Arano. How are you? So let's maybe take a little bit of a closer look at what's been admitted into evidence, if we could, as defense exhibit. Is it E?
Yes.
Okay. Have you step down, if I could, Your Honor? Now, we've got 4 folders on this case. Okay, the first folder here is labeled PBI, which has a file size 9.72 megabyte ABI file. Can you please explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury what this is, where this file came from?
That's the original file from the
All right, from the DVR. From the DVR system from the defendant's home. Okay. The same one that you testified to earlier in this case that you extracted the images.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is the full set, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's publish that in its entirety. And then we'll talk about what else is. Okay, so Detective, that entire video clip is about a minute and 21 seconds or so, correct? And that video clip appears exactly in the same format as it is on State Exhibit 181 evidence, which you testified about earlier. Is that correct? Yes. That's the CD that I admitted through you during my case, right? Correct. So exactly what the jury saw in this, they just saw here. Correct. Correct? No change in the format, no compression or anything. All right. Now, thank you. Within this expanded 1 minute or 21 second video clip, am I correct that what you basically did is you took 4 seconds from 7:33:32 to 7:33:36 and kind of just pulled it out just to play that part?
Correct.
Right? At my request, and that was done on Friday, correct? Okay. And that 4-second video is here on the uncompressed, the folder label uncompressed segment, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's just going to be a 4-second video, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's publish that one. Oh, yes. Okay, so that detective, again, that was very quick, let's play it again. That is simply a 4-second video clip beginning at timestamp 7:33:32 all the way to 7:33:36, correct?
Correct.
All right, and again, this is exactly what we just saw, but just a shorter version.
Short version, I pulled an uncompressed portion.
Right. Okay, and then within that 4-second clip, you then took frame-by-frame breakdowns of that 4 seconds, correct?
Correct.
And that's what we here have labeled as images, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So if you play this, or publish this, excuse me, into a list format, it appears we have, 151 total images, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, and you were asked by defense counsel specifically asked to image number 63, correct?
Yes,
Bring it up, right, and that was one of the ones the jury just saw here, correct? All right. And within this image, it has not been altered or compressed or modified in any way, correct? All right. Now, safe to say, of course, you weren't present during the shoot, correct?
Correct.
All right. You were at the home after the fact, correct?
Yes, sir.
You saw Jennifer's body on the floor, correct?
Yes.
But when all these events were taking place, you were nowhere around, right? Defense counsel asked you a little bit about shadow analysis, right? Remember that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is that something you ever heard of?
No.
Is that something you're trained in? Is that something to your knowledge that your department has any training in analyzing shadows? You have any equipment in your office that has the ability to analyze shadows or interpret shadows or things like that they may be seen on the video surveillance?
No.
Can you tell us what the resolution of this video was?
The resolution was 74 by 40.
Okay. Is that considered high definition?
No.
No. And what frames per second was this video?
It's at 30 frames.
I'm not going to that.
Now, the original disc that you used to create that was, you provided that to me on Friday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then this morning at my office, we made a copy, which has been admitted into evidence, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you had a chance to review that before court, you signed it, initialed it to verify that it's a true and accurate copy.
Yes, sir.
Correct? And that is a true and accurate copy, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Redirect?
Yeah, Judge. Let me, Officer Wong. You indicated that you weren't there, correct? In cross-examination. We'll overdo that, correct? So, I want to go to images. Okay. Officer Warren, can you step down for just 1 second? Now, we're all in agreement that you weren't there as the prosecutor, so candidate said, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So can you testify to whether or not that's the cause?
Objection.
Sustained.
Go ahead. Would it be safe to say that what I'm showing you right here at 7 minutes, 33 seconds, 7 a.m., 33 minutes and 34 seconds, was a fair and accurate depiction of what was transpiring at that second, at that very instant in that room?
As far as the recording is, yes.
And you indicated the resolution in this, you said it's not high definition?
Correct.
Would someone be able to make this high definition without affecting the ability of, or the clarity of the image?
No.
What does that mean?
You can make this high definition.
Right. So, if myself or Mr. Dunn wanted to make that high definition, would we be able to?
No.
What would it do to the video?
You'd be adding things to it which aren't there.
But that's not high definition, right?
No.
And that doesn't have anything added to it other than what's in the image, correct?
Correct.
No further questions.
Thank you, Detective. You are excused. Ladies and gentlemen, based upon our scheduling issues, we will be recessing early today. I will be asking you tomorrow to go about your usual lives, and we will be ask you to be back in court at 1:15 tomorrow afternoon. Please remember my orders and instructions as always. You are excused for the evening.
Please rise.
Please be seated. For the record, State Defense and Mr. Medina are still present in court. Okay, so it's my understanding that the deposition of Mr. Schumacher is going to take place at 3 o'clock?
Correct.
And is it a court reporter that can do an expedited transcript?
I believe so, Judge. Let me call Mr. Padilla. He's there right now.
Judge, I already called Danielle.
They call.
Okay, and it's,
They confirmed that the court reporter can have it. We asked for it to be gotten to us by 9:30 tomorrow morning, and I'm having them send over the paperwork now so I can sign it and fill it out before I even go to Mount Sinai, so I'll have it.
sounds wonderful. Okay, with that,
Do you wish a copy to be emailed to you once it gets emailed to us?
if that's possible, that would be wonderful. If not, you all know I'm a fast reader, so I'll be happy to read it expeditiously in the morning. Anything else from the state before we recess for the evening? Mr. Dunn?
No.
Klein is remaining silent, so I'll take that as nothing on her to-do list.
Sorry,
Anything from the defense?
We'll see you
I
tomorrow
have my
morning.
list out, Judge.
Okay, so this is the court's intent for the morning. 10:30, let's all be here on time. What we will discuss is Schumacher. Then we will discuss, depending on the ruling on that, Mr. Medina's determination about whether he will testify or not. Then we will go to the jury instructions. We will make all use of our morning, and then we will come back at 1:15, and then we'll start the jury. And hopefully move on until closing.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all. We'll see you in the morning. I just sit in here. Oh, and I also just sent you all a copy of the proposed verdict form, so take a look at that as well.
Gabriel, this is yours, right? Yes. Outside. I was trying to.
So you talk.
Of course, the mouse on my computer is broken. So, it's hard to sit up here.
It's really like a mystery. It's a mystery.
I'll be down at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be here at 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Well, me too.
I don't want to be late. Yeah, I know, right? All right, I'm out of here. Good night, George.
Hold on. Madam Clerk, can I ask a favor?
Sure.
Our victim people brought these for them. Is it okay if I just leave them?
Yeah, I'm going to put them in the bottom.